Welcome, and thank you so much for clicking on my video. In today's video, we've been talking a lot about this area, but really in the last few videos, I wanted to, we've been talking about price action, we've been talking about the technicals, we've been talking a little bit about the support and resistance with the daily, weekly expected moves and things like that. But really, the reason I'm kind of going through this step by step in every update video is because we thought that this kind of move was possible here due to expiration and due to the signals we saw on volatility at that time. But we understood that we had just made a pretty darn positive move. So coming down to test these levels was possible. And if we weren't going to see some kind of crash, we would need to see some kind of divergence or higher low. Now you have seen the divergence, and in fact, you are actually trying to carve out that higher low using that support. So I'm really just trying to take my time through this during these videos lately because I've had a little bit of time to talk to you guys about it, but also just to really show how you can step by step be following along with this. I think it's a great learning experience for anyone who's new or new to using any kind of divergences or not understanding price action, things like that. So I do hope that this information is very helpful to you. We do see that we went almost directly down to that daily expected move today. So as we see this, we were looking for us to break through to create the new high. Once you do create that new high, it is very likely to make a higher low. Now, tomorrow you will get some GDP, some personal income, some personal spending. You have some data coming out an hour before the open, so a lot can happen. So let's get some updated daily expected moves because implied volatility for tomorrow has overall increased. And I have to do all of this in one shot. I don't have the most time in the world today, but I'm going to do my best to get through this in a helpful way. So 677.44. So you see that we have a very pretty large range here as of right now, and that 690 to 692 area would be a good area to watch for any kind of rejection. But as of right now, 30-minute, if that's able to curl up, we see that we have confirmation from the RSI. You have confirmation from the price action. The bars here getting above that 9 on the 30-minute. You just haven't crossed up that MACD. Now, this is where each person is different. If you see two confirmations here and you want to be a little bit more risky and not waiting for the lagging indicator being the 30-minute chart here, hey, plenty of people I'm sure took a bullish trade going into some data tomorrow. But if that data shakes things up and this ends up failing, you will have to own up to that, right? You have to own up to your own trading. So we do have some critical levels, 691.52, 677.44. If we're going to retest those lows, well, the daily expected move is right there. But if the 30 minutes able to confirm up here, we're able to see that data as a good sign. We can extend this move up to that 691.52. So if the 30 minutes able to curl up, it's a good thing. And if the 30 minutes able to curl up, well, then this 2 hour will be rejecting. So the big thing for the 2 hour, right now we're still below this point, but the big thing for the 2 hour is, can we break out of this range that we've been in for quite some time? Can we see going into next week an extension here that actually breaks us out for a potential retest to actually head higher? That's what we're going to be looking for from this market. Earlier in the week, I'm going to keep saying it on Patreon, we did discuss why we have not seen that bull trap, that macro bull trap signal showing. The 10-year versus the 2-year is showing it, but we haven't seen it from the DXY, which tells me on the macro side of my trading that I need to be like, okay, I need to understand that most of the time when we make some kind of major top for a big correction or a big crash, one, you will see weekly divergences, but two, you will see a period of time where the dollar goes up and the stock market goes up at the same time. So I'm talking about this right now because if the 2 hour is able to reject here and curl to the upside, we are at risk of those bears being incorrect and the daily confirming into positive territory. Anyone who is saying this is extremely bullish here, anyone who's saying this is extremely bearish here is technically not correct. You are just stuck in a range as of right now, and you have not seen a break of that range, but the bulls are doing enough right here to say, hey, the price action is starting to get on our side. The signals are starting to get on our side. So if we don't see any disturbance with GDP and we just curl, see a good confirmation from the 2 hour here, see that 30-minute confirm up, then we can go test these levels going on into, well, tomorrow or even next week. The key is I have to update the daily expected moves. Remember this too. Yesterday, we were marking off using our our little price action boxes, marking off the previous high that we need to take out, marking off the low, and saying where would we like to retest. This is something that I've done for a little while here. You break out of said zone, that's a good sign, and then you come back in to give that right shoulder that could have been. The truth is, with head and shoulders, most of the time people think that they have to be a direct, even head and shoulders where you come up to this point and then you go make the right shoulder. But the better ones actually break through and then come back to that later. They don't have to come back to that, especially if you have divergences and things. But this is a great way to look at it. And then this dotted line in the middle is just where you really watch for, because most of the percentages would say, hey, we want to stay above that dotted line in case there is some kind of failure. So we are going to update those daily expected moves right now. We have 610.92 to the upside here. So right above that high, and then to the downside, we will see 596.02. So we have 596.02 to the downside. So we have shifted down a little bit. Noticing the confirmation with the RSI, confirmation with the price action, no confirmation once again from the 30-minute. Slightly negative, but close enough to positive territory where if you curl up right here, test the high, go make a new one. And then all you have to do is get through this, right? The 2-hour chart just really needs to get through these areas as of right now. It needs to reject and head to the upside, or else you are at risk of a roll. So as long as the 2-hour is in negative territory, if we see that confirmed down at any point, you have to treat it like a very risky time. And that's very, very simple for you at this point. Other daily expected moves we're going to give out today, because the Qs are very, very similar to the SPY here, are IWM. We're going to give that on this video right here. We actually see a full confirmation from IWM, but we do give out all of the daily expected moves for actually all the stocks right here on the right side of your screen. We will have the Friday daily expected moves up for you in just a little bit after this video is posted, if you would like to join Patreon over there. We give those out every single Thursday. We give out monthly expected moves for all those stocks. We give out weekly expected moves for all those stocks all the time. 260.54 to the downside here. We have 268.66 to the upside. Bigger implied volatility here. Now, the cool thing is we've been following IWM. You guys remember IWM told us that this was good, broke through the 2-hour level. This is why we've been overall more in a bullish lean at this point, because IWM is not stuck in a range. It is not stuck here. This is just trying to be a 2-hour higher low that then curls to the upside and breaks through. That's what's being attempted here. So we were discussing monitoring the 30-minute chart. Do we continue to make higher lows? As of right now, the confirmation on the MACD would suggest that this is a highly probable higher low, and you are about to test the high, go make a new one, and you're going to break through this level. That's what it overall suggests from these confirmations. They can fail. You always watch for the rotation down. You would look at the 2-hour chart as risky if the 2-hour confirmed back to the downside, right? It's risky anytime it's turned down because it is so close to the center line. But as the 30-minute has just confirmed up, you are very probable to test that high, go make a new one, unless some data, an hour before the open does shake it up. But you have 268.66. This means that with the market, with the IWM as it stands right now, the confirmations we do have, notice it is on the MACD and the RSI and the price action all at the same time. This is suggesting that tomorrow IWM will see a move to 268.66 unless we see a failure before that, maybe some kind of disturbance with data. So very, very simple for IWM. And IWM has been a real gift to us over the last few trading sessions. As we go down into volatility here creeping to the upside, actually making these really wonky divergences on the RSI for the 30-minute. The 2-hour lower high is what I wanted to see, right? What were the two scenarios I wanted to see? If we can catch ourselves here, I'd like to see that divergence. We can still go do that divergence. We'll see what happens here. But right now, it would suggest what? Hey, we're looking for that 2-hour to potentially roll here and give us the lower high. Why was I looking for a lower higher divergence? Because that tells me that the daily chart is highly probable to cross down on this MACD. And if that crosses down on this MACD, then you are most likely going to squeeze in this market. This is why I put that video out on Patreon suggesting that we need to see those bull trap signals confirm, like fully shown on the macro side of things. And when you say that, that means, yes, I am potentially looking for some kind of top for a correction or crash in 2026. That is very possible, but I need to see the bull trap signals first, which usually means this. Those bull trap signals are about to confirm, which means you might have 6 to 9 months before you actually see that top come in. So we'll be watching, but it says now, from now forward, You are looking for the market to do something irrational. Wouldn't it be completely irrational for the market to just go to the upside right now? I think it would. And then we'll see if the dollar can create those bull trap signals. So if the daily on VIX is turning down, then that means we are turning up, which means squeeze is on the table. This makes total sense, but we have to get through some data tomorrow. So the 30-minute, I would be watching this very carefully. Fridays, don't do anything that's going to ruin your weekend, but we have followed this to a T all week long. So if you want to see how we followed this, you can literally go back and watch every single video and step by step see how we were calling out Vixpiration up in here, suggesting the reversal signal said we were going to see volatility. We were calling out before this move happened that we're going to watch for divergences and higher lows because we didn't believe we were crashing. We're looking for those divergences. They pop up. We go to the upside. We look for the retest. We have done a really good job if you want to go view all the videos from this week. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Have a great rest of your night and peace out.